Hi, I'm Qingling. Today I'll present the global e-waste crisis, its rapid growth, human and environmental impacts, and how different countries are responding through policy. The purpose of the presentation is to understand the scale, impact, and the governance of global e-waste. My objectives are to analyze global trends, identify key health and environmental risks, and compare how different countries manage e-waste. I'll start with the global trends and why recycling remains so limited. Next, I'll explore where the waste goes and its human and environmental impacts. Finally, I'll compare policies between developing and developed countries and conclude with key takeaways and future directions. These slides present two figures for the global e-waste monitor. First, on the left, the pie chart shows that e-waste has grown to over 62 million metric tons by 2022. Only 22% of global e-waste is formally recycled. The remaining is entire informal processed, landfilled, or undocumented. The line graph on the right illustrates how the total volume of the e-waste has doubled in just over a decade, from about 30 million metric tons in 2010 to over 60 million by 2022. This upward trend reflects the growth depends on electronics and the lack of corresponding waste management capacity. This bar chart here shows why e-waste recycling remain low, especially in middle and low-income countries. The bar here illustrates the scales from 1 to 5 of each barrier. 5 means the most important reason. I will talk about the first three. Many lack basic infrastructure. There are few formal facilities for safe collection and processing. Recycling is also expensive, often costing more than dumping or exporting. And even when laws exist, weak enforcement means illegal or unsafe practice continue. These slides explains what happened to the uncycled e-waste. In United States, among other high-income countries, exports large volume of e-waste to low-income countries like Ghana, India, or Pakistan. This country often lack of infrastructures, regulations, or enforcement to handle toxic materials safely. As a result, most waste is managed by informal recyclers, often in unsafe conditions. This table summarizes the health risks associated with a toxic substance commonly found in e-waste. Lead, for example, can enter the body through inhalation and injection, and can impair brain development, especially in children. Mercury affects the kidneys and the nervous system. Cadmium damages the lungs and bones. Dioxins can damage our inhalation systems. This table shows how informal e-waste recycling affects the environment. Heavy metals accumulate in soil, damaging agriculture. Toxic runoff contaminates rivers and groundwater. Often burning releases dioxin and particulates into the air, contribution to long-range pollution. Acid leaching, often used in metals, allow hazardous substance to seep into the ground, creating the long-term ecological damage. In contract, developed countries like these developing countries, the three major e-waste receiving countries, here. Ghana passed a national law in 2016, but enforcement is limited and informing recycling countries. India also has established the extended producer responsibility, but it also formal recycling remains underdeveloped. And even the Pakistan has no national e-waste law. So these examples highlight that without enforcement, regulation alone is not enough to solve the problem. In contrast, the developed countries or organizations like Europe and Japan, they have some full laws which can mandate a collection target and give consumers access to repair options. Both countries or organizations shows the high level of compliance and effective coordination between government, producers, and public. To summarize, e-waste is increasing rapidly, yet formal recycling remains low. Informal handling cause serious harming to people and ecosystem. However, as seen in the European and Japan, clear laws, strong enforcement, and producer responsibility can make a difference. Look ahead, we need to strengthen laws and enforcement in developing countries and promote global responsibility across industries and government. That's it. Thank you.